Hey Kraken peeps, today we're going to talk about some Skylines. So yeah, let's get into it. I know that we have been talking over the last year about all these other cars that we work on. I know a lot of people know us as a Subaru shop, and then we kind of got known as a little bit more of an import shop doing some Evos and some Nissans. And then we started getting known as a JDM shop, doing a lot of these JDM cars, a lot of K cars, things of that sort. So I just wanted to do a video and walk through a couple of the Skylines that we've got in the shop right now and what we're doing to them, what we can do with them, and let you guys know that we love these cars. I personally own a 94 GTR, and I love them. So we love working on them. We have a ton of experience with them, and yeah, just kind of walk you through. All right, guys, so not every car that we do here gets performance modifications. This car behind me came in for quite a list of repairs, and as of this date, we haven't done any performance modifications to this car, unless you count a Hikis Delete as a performance modification, and I kind of do. So this car came in for a catch can install, fix a bunch of oil leaks on the motor, we fixed a leak on the transmission, we fixed the steering, and we deleted the Hikis. Deleting the Hikis on these cars, most people just remove the rack and loop the Hikis right at the back of the car. We don't do that. The entire Hikis system comes out of the car. The pump, all the lines, the rack, the tie rods, everything comes out. We put in proper control arms to replace the rack and pinion in the rear of the car. And the reason for this is because, especially with these cars, you start to cut corners when you do these modifications, these repairs, these deletes. You start to run into a lot of problems with these vehicles. So not everything that we do is to make the cars go faster. Some of it's just to make them last longer, drive better, and just be more enjoyable for the customers. This particular car behind me is not a GTR, it's a GTS-T. And we've done 2 of these cars. The other one has already gone home and the customer has it and is thrilled with it. But this one, we've done a ton of work on this car. We started with a bunch of maintenance. So the first thing that we wanted to do was make sure that the car was running properly. So all the fluids got changed, the spark plugs got changed. We did the timing belt and a bunch of suspension work on the car, fixed a bunch of bushings and issues under the car, tie rods, things of that sort, to make the car drive properly before we modified anything. And then we got into modifications on this car. One of the first things that we did, the customer did not like the brakes. The stock GTS brakes are super small. They are way too small for the car, especially when you start adding power to them. So we went to a full GTR brake on this car from the R32 GTR. So bigger calipers, bigger rotors, front and rear. We powder coated those in the customer's choice of colors. So we're able to take them apart, completely rebuild them, put them back on the car, and now he's got a really nice brake upgrade that still fits the factory theme of the car, right? So it's nice to be able to use factory parts to upgrade something. And that's what he wanted to do. We also revamped the entire fuel system on this car. We did rails, injectors, lines, new fuel filter, basically new fuel pump, basically built everything on this car so that we could start to turn the boost up and make a little more power in this thing. This car hasn't been on the dyno yet, so we don't know what power it's making. But the first time we tried to dyno it, we had some issues with fueling and that sort of stuff, which was the impetus for the fueling upgrade on the car. Hardwired the pump. This thing's got a full Haltech setup in it. So we did a full Haltech ECU. Did not do the digital dash in this one like we did in the other one, but still fully programmable Haltech ECU. We've added boost control, which these cars didn't originally come with. We've added a catch can, which again, these cars desperately need. So all kinds of really good stuff. And the modifications on this car are not extreme. The customer didn't want to go crazy. It's not an RB26, it's not a fully built motor. He just wanted to make a little more power, make the car a little more fun to drive, but keep it safe, keep it reasonable, keep it very drivable. So that's what we did. We stuck with the stock turbo on this car. We might do a turbo upgrade on this one like we did on the other one at some point in the future. But for now, stock turbo. But yeah, the car turned out really, really well. And we have a lot of resources for these cars in terms of parts and things of that sort. I have friends that I stay in close contact with that live in Japan. So it's really easy for me to reach out to them and say, hey, can you run down to Up Garage, or can you run over to the dealership and see if you can find me this part, or get me this, or do this. And they'll get me VIN numbers, they'll get me, technical data, anything that I need that isn't available here. I have the resources to reach out to them and ask them for those favors, which is really nice. So one of the other things on these cars that is a pretty common problem that we see a lot, well, there are really two things, and that's the air conditioning system and the steering system. The GTRs obviously suffer from having issues with the HICUS, the rear wheel steering. This car did not have rear wheel steering, but the other car that we kind of featured in this video had a HICUS system on it, and the customer wanted to remove it. Removing the HICUS system from those cars, there's a couple of different ways to do it. The correct way to do it is to completely eliminate the HICUS from the front of the car all the way back. A lot of people will just pull the rack out. That's not the way that we did it. This car had a bad steering rack in it when it got here. The steering rack for these cars is no longer available, obviously, right? That's not surprising with these 30-year-old JDM cars, or 35 or 40-year-old JDM cars. So we have a really good resource for rebuilding these racks. We found a gentleman who does nothing but rebuild steering racks. He does them all by hand. He does them in his shop locally, and it's been great. Every rack that this guy has done for us has been fantastic. So if you've got an older JDM car, or a older car that has a steering rack that's leaking, that's not available any longer, reach out to us. We can get that rack rebuilt for you, and then you don't have to replace it. So we did a new steering rack, all new tie rods, got the front end of this thing sorted out. The AC on this thing, there were some wiring issues with the AC compressor. Because the AC compressors are no longer available for these cars, a lot of people try to adapt other AC compressors from other Nissan models, which is something that you can do. Again, we can rebuild these AC compressors or get them rebuilt. We have a resource for that as well. But a lot of times the problem isn't the compressor itself, it's the wiring, because people will change the wiring to try and adapt these AC compressors. I've seen them hardwired to a switch in the car, so you can literally turn the AC on with a toggle switch that's mounted in the dash somewhere. They do all kinds of weird things just to get it to work. They don't care if it works right, they just want cold air in the summertime. So we had to fix a lot of that stuff on this car, but once we got the wiring sorted out and charged the AC, this one worked great. So we didn't actually have to replace or rebuild this compressor, which was good because it's expensive to do that. Other things on this car, a lot of wiring fixes on this car. This car was not treated very well by whoever had it before this gentleman purchased it. It was not maintained very well. So upgraded radiator. So just a lot of things to make the car drive a little bit better. We'll get dyno numbers on this car as soon as we get it on the dyno. I think next week, Calvin with Datsun Tuning is coming in, and he's gonna do the tune on this car, and we'll get some dyno numbers on it, let you know how she turned out and how she did. So if you have a Skyline or a JDM car or a K car or anything of that sort, please reach out to us. We have the experience, we have the resources to deal with these cars, get them right, get them fixed, get them back on the road for you, and take care of them for a really, really, really long time. I think that's it. Skylines, we love them. Short version of this video. That's it. So guys, till next time, thank you very much. Peace.